welcome to the Onward VR Master League Season 14. Week 5? Is it really Season 14? Is that true? I can't believe that. 14 seasons of regular play here, and we are tuning in for what should be a high-tier Onward battle, Ember versus War Thug QC. Very much looking forward to this duo. Again, I'm anticipating a pretty quick, I guess not again, but I'm anticipating a pretty quick matchup this afternoon because of who's going at it today. Ember, in particular, known for playing fast. They prefer those close quarters environments, and it's no surprise that their bans for the day were both Quarantine and Abandon. If I have my yes. And the bans coming in from War Thug were Arctic and Cargo. And so War Thug clearly recognizing the dangers of the close quarters with Ember, but there's still plenty of close quarters on the map pool. Ember will be choosing into Tanker for map number 1 to kick us off, and so we are going to be starting in the close quarters. And again, I think that's going to set the pace for a pretty quick series here this afternoon, with Ember again bringing in that diamond rating. Curious what the match history is. I had the matches pulled up here, so give me a second to get that data up. But I want to know how well War Thug have been playing so far this season. Coming in from the Canada side of things, they have just recently taken a loss to After Hours, a loss to Heathens, otherwise 3-2 so far on the season. War Thug been around since season 12, so developed over several seasons now, and honestly, I think season 14 could be the season where they kind of get into that upper echelon, get into that diamond rating, and they're going up against a diamond team. Ember been around since season 6 as a team name, but obviously have undergone a lot of roster swaps, and so not surprising to see here. Well, it shouldn't be surprising to see here, again, top-tier Onward, because Ember is, again, filled with good players that have been around for a while, and War Thug came out great in Season 12 and have since developed over the course of those 2 seasons, and so I'm very curious to see what they'll be bringing here this afternoon. I don't know how many matches of War Thug I've cast, honestly. I don't think it's very many, so I do apologize to them as a squad for not covering more of their seasonal progression over the course of, again, 2 seasons. Yeah, actually, they didn't get it cast all season last season. Season 12, please tell me they got 1. Yeah, Grenade. They got 2 casts season 12 in their debut. And my first time jumping in on one of their games, but where did they end season 1? Yeah, they ended gold in their first season, which is very impressive. So again, 2 seasons in of development. Now could really be the time where this team shines, and I mean, that's the beauty of a game like this. We don't really know what we're going to get. Is Ember just going to kind of dominate with their quick pace, or is War Thug going to give them a good challenge? I don't know that Ember necessarily knows what they're going to get. We're soon going to find out. Go ahead and give the teams the ready when they are, and we'll dive in. We can take a look at the active rosters for today. Coming in on Ember, we have Switch, Smoke, Rob, Illuma Sniper, and Milkman. And over on War Thug, we have the Fox 13, Sims, Sarcasm, Azak, and Mean Machine. Oh, I think... Alright, I put HQ, it's QC. Let me update the teams. We can't have their debut on... in my... We're getting a little look into the... You're getting a little inside look. I noticed QC, obviously, at the end of their abbreviation. Rob here kicking off things. Some shots down the long lane in the underground. Our first objective in that basement. Ooh, and a big swing from Azak. They're going to find Rob in the first kill. Ember are down to 4 right away on the attack. Definitely a good start for them. We'll zip over to Smoke, who is awfully close to the defense here. Mean Machine just around the corner. Smoke's going to swing, and Mean's tucked in. 2 of them trade as Smoke almost gets behind Mean. Azak finds another one. was switched down this long lane, and Ember has 2 left. The Canadians so far running away with this one. We'll see if the duo of Ember here can recoup, bounce back, and maybe find some picks with a pinch if they can send one in from the underground. Gonna take some time, but not too much. 4:30 on the clock. They have plenty of time left for this maneuver. And it's gonna be a slow push up through the tunnels. Eventually, they'll have to push out of this doorway and challenge Fox and Azak, who can rotate back. What they'll need is a Luma sniper to keep the attention of Sarcasm, find this pick, and then be able to threaten Fox through this doorway. That's really going to force Fox to either, if they're smart, they'll just stay where they are because they actually have some coverage, but if they get pushed, they'll die. Or they're just going to try and counter the push in. So again, it's all a matter of really a Luma sniper finding this first kill, and Milkman somehow pushing in through this back entryway, which is not going to be easy. Sniper peeking out, sees Sarcasm on the corner, takes control of it. Sarcasm swings and finds the kill. Sniper goes down. That's going to be a tough challenge ahead for Milkman all alone in a 1v4. Fox is just holding this tight angle, and I don't think... Oh, Milk will see it. The C4 detonation around the corner is what finds the kill, and War Thug, with 4 left alive, take themselves their first round. Pretty good for their opponent's map pick. See how they do on the attack, though. This objective is not easy to push into. 3 entry points, well 4 technically if you also make it down the underground, but challenging positions to secure. Either way, very solid defense from Warthog. Very, what you'd expect at a gold or higher level. A disciplined defense, one that's not necessarily roaming or looking for kills, instead holding specific designated predetermined angles. I say this because we've come from, I think, 2 games that were down in the bronze-silver tier last week. And while certainly exciting and good to see pretty high skill level that early, you can see the weak points as well in these early developed teams. And by comparison, what a developed team looks like. I mean, I'm curious how Ember are going to defend. Because Ember could, just to throw all these words in my face, could... just actually push this one with a little bit of aggression up through the middle. I wouldn't put it past them. Definitely catch Warthog out. A little surprised. Let's see. Into round 2 we go. Tanker. Definitely an interesting pick and one I haven't seen all season yet. We're into the 5th week. Cast maybe 10 or 11 games, and not once has Tanker been chosen. Azak taking early control of the long lane. Rob going to be picking it. Rob wins that trade. On the other end, Smoke finds a kill. which will allow them to push up. Sims flies down to catch Rob. Ember are down to 3 very quickly. I'll have to watch how Switch holds this, but we also want to zip over to Sniper, who is holding down this lane, and a nice swing peek there. Finds the kill down the long lane. Big pickup for Sniper there. Next up is Milkman. I think's holding down a C4 position. The question just is, where is that C4? A nade comes in. That's going to be trouble for Milkman on the backside. They didn't hear that come through. Really nice toss. They need to get that res quickly. No one's pushing. Sniper can zip over and pick them up. They will in time. There it is. Sarcasm's close to pushing the corner, and a nice counter nade. The back Sarcasm off. Sniper's gonna push. They're gonna find one, looking for Fox over the shoulder. They can't find Fox. Fox with the quick refrag. 2-2 now. As Milkman goes down, Mean Machine pushing in off the nice flank, and Switch tucked up against the wall, has no cover. Heavy suppressive fire and a big swing. Switch finds the headshot, pushes a heal, and is now ready to defend. Big flash coming through. Switch knows to tuck into the tight corner, gonna force the long push. Hopefully that flash dissipates, and then Switch will be able to defend properly again. There's a smoke here that we can't see in first person, but it's there. Four minutes left. Fox has a lot of time to mess around with Switch here. Oh, and Fox spots the ankles. Knows Switch is on the left side. That's big information for them. Switch hasn't checked this back lane in a while. Should be anticipating the rotation at this stage, but it's hard to do when you're alone and likely without an accurate kill count. Saw him cross to the left. Doesn't know exactly where Switch is on this left. Just imagine tucking shots coming in. Switch crosses over, and Fox finds the kill. War Thug connect with a clutch win to make it a 2-0 lead. Gotta wonder what the fans at home are thinking right now. What the predictions were. I don't imagine too many folks would have anticipated War Thug leading 2-0 here in round one, but here we are. I actually really anticipated the reverse in terms of pacing, but, you know, objective does matter a lot, and that objective is hard to push into. War Thug taking 2 rounds is big. There's definitely an opportunity for Ember to swing back into this. It's their map pick, after all. So they definitely don't want to let it go without scooping up a couple of rounds. And, well, they're dangerously heading down that path, and again, I think it's because maybe Ember wasn't necessarily anticipating this level of play out of a team like War Thug, but, you know, you look at their match history, if you have a team that starts their first season in gold, that's a pretty good, it's a pretty good season one. And they then since haven't been able to break out of gold. So that means they've been practicing consistently in that level of gameplay and getting better and better at the game. It really is, you know, the tier system really does help you evolve as a team and players. So again, I wouldn't be surprised if War Thug scooped away with something here. We'll have to see as we get back into it for round number 3.
Oh my god, where'd that go? Backward?
Unfortunate smoke from Rob. More smokes coming in, but the call out is it's too early for smokes. They're pretty good smokes. One's going to deny vision for Fox through the window. The other denies Fox up through the middle. They can push in quick, and Warthog may not be ready for it. A nice pickup from Sims over the top as the push was crashing in. Sniper is in dangerous territory, very close to the objective if they do decide to push up and attack it, and Fox is putting rounds into the smoke. Sniper has tablet out and is punching in the code in the smoke. Fox doesn't see it. Ember are looking to take this 2-2. And that's one way to get right back into it. Sub-minute round with a 2-point cap. Well, maybe people weren't too worried. Ember clearly stepping it up, and like I said, this objective could change things, and there it is. Warthog obviously have an opportunity to replicate that kind of play, but yeah, those two smokes were very, very well placed. I mean, that first smoke couldn't have been placed better. Right in between objective and the crate, allowing cover behind the corner of the smoke when those shots came through, and then pushed through to the edge of the smoke, right at the edge of the cap zone to punch in that code. The other smoke, vital in shutting down vision too, denies this window line of sight, which really can see big crossing points. And if that smoke wasn't there, I think there was a cross to push up into this middle space, so that wouldn't have been available. So again, two big smokes that enable that play from Ember. Outside of that, Warthog did put some, I can't know who the defender was, but there was blind fire into the smoke. But you know, like I said, just a little bit of cover there to withstand that, and then not another. Sometimes you got to put a half a drum of LMG fire into that kind of smoke. So big comeback for Ember, and they're tied 2-2 on the defense.
903, 8215, we're on 9s and 5s.
All I could hear when capping was smoke was
That's all you need.
Very aggressive push. Shut down by Azak. Warthog anticipating this level of aggression, and indicator that maybe they've done their research against their opponent this afternoon. There's plenty of footage of Ember playing over the course of 6 seasons. Playstyles do shift, though. But Ember has really always been a fast team. Sims tag switch on the shoulder, but not enough to down him. And now Me Machine pushing in for a cap. The difference in defense here is that Smoke is tucked in, ready to defend from the push into the smoke. But now that that player is down, Sims has managed to find that kill. He's there to defend from the cap. Rob scoops up a big one. Switch goes down in a trade, and everyone's getting shot at. Warthog have 3. Milkman's the only one left alive for Ember. And Sarcasm's punching in the code to make a Warthog W, and there's a team kill on objective from Fox. Milkman finds the shots in the back. Milkman has to reload. Fox is entering the code. Milkman finally pulls the pistol out. What? Oh my goodness. Oh, that's one way to do it. Is one way to do it. 4-2, Warthog take the map. Azak rounded the corner and said, "Back off, Fox. I'm taking this cap and this W." Team kills his teammate and punches in the code in time. Out of ammo, doesn't just go for the knife. Get the pistol, it doesn't. It's crazy town. What? All right, well, hey, here we are, map 1 in the books, 4-2. Let's work and decide where we're headed for map number 2. That's the big question. It's going to be Warthug's map pick, and they just took a cap off of Ember on their map pick. Yeah, that is something. I can't believe that. I have to go back and I have to watch the replay. And I'm not going to be able to see it for another couple of minutes because we've had such quick rounds. But, wow. Nice W for Warthug, and we're now looking at, again, where we're going to go for map 2. Warthug, I imagine, are going to take us to the range. I don't think we're headed somewhere like Suburbia. But downfall is an option. Subway. Wow. Subway for map 2. Warthug wants to keep it close quarters. I would have thought this may have been a map that actually favors Ember a little more, but QC. I don't know why I keep saying HQ. I even titled the HQ at the start. QC, my bad. We'll stick with Warthug and Ember. I think that's going to be easiest for me. Either way, a solid W for Warthug there, and yes, we do go into their map pick, which is Subway. Ember on the defense. Looking at the roster, I don't think we have any roster swaps going on either side. Go ahead and give the teams the go-ahead so they can start whenever they're ready, and should be jumping into map 2 shortly. Thank you so much for everyone tuning in and hanging out and enjoying the action. Certainly has been exciting, to say the least. Subway, I think, will deliver in a similar fashion. Makes me wonder how Ember's going to perform here, and if they win, where Ember will take it for map 3. I'm thinking, honestly, Suburbia, which would be, again, a pretty quick series that we'd be jumping into here this afternoon. 20-minute map 1, and now I'm jinxing it. We're going to get the longest Subway series you've ever seen. Maybe not jinxing it. I'd like a long Subway series, but at this level, yeah, I mean, I hope I jinx it, I guess. Hope I have that power. Anyway. See, a few more people are tuning in right when that cap comes through. That's certainly one way to start off your tuning into the series. Looks like we're now waiting on a 5th from Warthug, and it's Azak again, so no subs. I thought maybe they were subbing someone out. It's probably a technical reset. And then we should be getting into map 2 shortly. I'm just trying to watch the replay right now of that cap. Team. Tim's tag switch on the shoulder, but not enough to down him. I should put replay up right now. And now Me Machine pushing in for a cap. The difference in defense here is that Smoke is tucked in, ready to defend from the push into the smoke. But now that that player is down, Sims has managed to find that kill. He's there to defend from the cap. Rob scoops up a big one. Switch goes down in a trade, and everyone's getting shot at. Warthog have 3. We're just about to hop into the round, but here's the replay. Sarcasm's punching in the code to make a Warthog W, and there's a team kill on objective from Fox. Milkman finds the shots in the back. Milkman has to reload. Fox is entering the code. Milkman finally pulls the pistol out. Yeah, quite the round ender. We're into Subway, though, for map number 2, round 1. I gotta grab this and move it over so I can keep track of chat, but what a end to that series, that map 1. And just the start to the series as we go into the underground for what could be a quick battle right out the gate here. It's a heavy underground press coming in from Warthog. Again, they're on the attack, Ember on defense. It's Warthog's map pick, and so I almost kind of anticipate them to keep applying this quick level of pressure they've been applying. They've been playing very fast. They've been matching Ember's speed so far. Flashlight deployed as a baiting tool, trying to draw out any potential shots. Nade does come out. You can hear the flashlight call. I'm looking to see if there's any C4 in the area, because likely Smoke will have a C4. You can see he's got a clacker in hand. And so I wonder, again, where the heck that C4 is deployed. It could be in the darkness somewhere, or... Oh my gosh, it's a triple C4 deployed deep on the backside. No one checked behind them. Smoke's gonna rotate, tries to confirm. Azak and Sims are supplying suppressive fire over the top. Mean and Sarcasm still haven't been confirmed, so Sims has to defend them. Oh, and there's the confirm. It was worth it. 1 for 3. Azak and Sims are alone. A good start for Ember. Sims trying to pillage resources off of his dead teammates, because there was a lot of them they didn't get to use. Uh-oh, nade coming in. Oh, it's a flash. Just a flash. It blinds them on the corner. Sims and Azak dropping back. Switch follows it up. Thought there was another piece of utility coming in. Doesn't seem like it unless they have another one that they've been given by their teammate. But they have managed to get into a tight corner now. And Sims and Azak may not be ready for Switch to have pushed up into this dark side. And Sims does check the back of the box where they do catch an ankle. 2v3, not impossible to work against. Warthog definitely could bounce back from this one. Rob right away, shooting some shots down lane to defend. Izek having a hard time identifying, but does manage to spray downrange and find the kills. 2.5 minutes left, and it's all up to Sniper and Milkman now from Ember on objective. A little sussy. But they're tucked in. Good, M203 Smoke's gonna deny vision and force the rotation from that defensive back position. Sniper is now here, essentially alone in a 1v2. Sniper finds the first kill, nicely done. Does get tagged, takes some damage, tries to get out an aid, and over the top is Milkman. A big save. That was blind fire from Milkman. But manages to go through the smoke and find the kill. This game is crazy. Ember are back in it. And they've put up some good rounds, but that's what I think our longest round so far. As Warthog attacked that basement position, and a big C4 for the triple. Reminder, we have like 3 games live right now. One over on Onward underscore VRML 2, 3, and right here. So if you do want to check out even more Onward action, you can in between breaks. Get that multi-stream up. I'm still kind of reeling from that gap. That was something else. Shout out to everyone that is tuning in. Fog, Wicked, Doc. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, definitely looking forward to a few more games this week. Might even jump onto one this weekend, but yeah, we got a game tomorrow. And Onward's good, man. Season 14 has been really fun. These games we've tuned into have been crazy. Often, I mean, impressive levels of skill across the board, no matter what division we go to, and really just kind of fun to tune into. So I'm having a good time commentating and casting Onward. I wouldn't say, I mean, as much as I ever have. Really fun to tune into these series. Sniper definitely getting aggressive, but you can also see Smoke could be running into some opposition here soon. Sims tries to flash. Smoke challenged it before it pushes past the flash. Ember looking a little bit better here out the gate.
One north.
Finds one, looks for more, finds more. A good start for War Thug. Excuse me, a good start for Ember. Turns into a good start for War Thug very quickly. Milkman able to cross. Sarcasm putting quite a few shots downrange and switching Rob. While all this is going on, still haven't quite pushed in from the basement yet. Azak is there defending. And one defender can do a lot of work from this position. Mean Machine is above and can actually hear the movement, so they can call out. And they got killed from the exact same C4 placement. Switch is right here. Azak finds 2. Only one left for Ember. War Thug replicating the success of Ember's defense. And the 1v4 will certainly be a challenge for Milkman. No entries safe. Except for the south. Is actually able to hear this above them. If they can't, Mean Machine is here on the short corner. They're gonna swing out and find the kill. War Thug are back in it. Their map pick, tying it up 1 apiece. Before we cut back to the scoreboard, our next objective is indeed the north. And Ember are not afraid of pushing for caps, neither are War Thug. So I gotta wonder, with Ember on defense first here, not necessarily setting the pace on each objective, are they gonna be pushing in, or I guess ready for a heavy push attempt from War Thug? And how will War Thug try and push for this cap? Because you don't really get too many objectives that are easy to get 2 points on, and you often want to take and seize that opportunity when it is presented. So, kind of anticipate with this objective that we may see some cap attempts from both sides, honestly. Not sure what we're waiting for the start here of round 3, but just watching back the replay from last round, that blind fire through the smoke to catch that kill. Very nicely done. Go though, back into it, round 3. Warthog on the attack.
Non. Ah, oui, dans moi là.
T'as un autre nade, me?
Ouais, j'en ai 2.
On y va. Ok, parfait.
Lot of exchanging of utility. Making sure the right point person has the right utility they need. Smokes, flashes, whatever it is, depending on how they push. And Sims obviously is not pushing as they tuck in, likely defending from the back flank. Meanwhile, Mean Machine and Fox responsible. Any kind of progression. That nade a bit too far. Rob using a nice head glitch, has a flashlight set up here that is designed so that if they lose control of this head peak, not head glitch, I said head peak, they can drop back and take control of this head peak with a little bit of a light blinding. But Mean just swings and finds the kill onto Rob, and it's a 1-for-1 trade in the north. We have a Loomis sniper and smoke on objective to defend.
Copy, I got eyes on it.
Isaac catches switch out in the mid lane and smokes come in. Ember's down to 3, a big kill from Milk to deny the push in from the middle, because if Milk goes down, it's essentially them losing control of objective while the push comes in now with heavy smoke application. Sniper is actually not affected by these smokes. Oh, and I think they were just trying to tuck in. Maybe they were blind in this corner from that smoke hitting them. I'm not sure, but there is full control of the north here. Flash is going out. Milkman hasn't rotated back yet. Smoke is still defending from their prone position. Sims calls it out. Ooh, and Mean cleans it up. Now Sarcasm can push up. Where is Milkman on this rotation? They are looking for a flank. How slow is Warthog gonna be? All the time in the world to punch the code in. And Milk's not gonna make it. The flank not paying off. 3-1. Celebration from the Warthog team, as they are just a round away from taking a W against a diamond tier opponent. One with, in some ways, 6 seasons of experience on them, but not necessarily the truth, because again, that roster from Ember in season 6 is not the same as it is now. But still, Warthog, like I said, a team that we may want to keep an eye on, a team that may start to push into those upper echelons of the rankings this season. The Canadians doing very well here so far, and yeah, all they got to do is lock in one more defensive round to take this series. And really just an unfortunate rotation there from Milkman. You know, if they had just pushed back straight up into the objective, swung that corner, likely would have died in a 1v2, but that's a 2-1 instead of 3-1 result. You do the math, you know? Now Ember don't necessarily have the freedom to be pushing in for a cap attempt, but if they want to make this thing even and tie it up, put them at an opportunity to take the series off a defensive round next, yeah, it's going to be big if they can manage to gain control. And a skilled team can gain control of this objective very easily in the north. And so I'm curious to see what Ember will put together here.
Here.
992, 6828. 992, 6828.
Oh, I grabbed the flash.
That was me.
Oh shit. Yep. Ah, fuck. Son of a bitch.
Rob is all aboard the struggle bus as they have bent down, gotten their LMG, and maybe they are intended to watch for the flank as aggressive pushing from Mean Machine, and oh my goodness, Sniper hugs the wall and survives to swing for the kill. They have full control to push down onto objective now. Nice flash over the top to blind the head peek on the stairs. No one home. Smoke shuts down Sarcasm and Fox Vision easily. Now all it is guesswork. And Smoke has Tablet out. Blind fire from Fox. Does not catch Smoke. Smoke is still alive, droning their way forward until they finally go down to Sarcasm's blind fire. That's good work. That's what it takes. A hearty amount of suppressive fire. Smoke's dead. More flashes are coming to... Oh, I guess not. I was thinking they're going to need another one here. Sarcasm is able to shut down this push with this suppressive fire. They really need to get rid of Sarcasm. Stim's also holding an angle. As soon as Smoke goes down, Fox gets scooped up. Sarcasm's elbow nearly exposed. Sarcasm's dead. The tight corner is open. Sims flashes now as they lose control of the angle against the wall, and down they go. Switch has to crash for this cap. And the rotation, where is it? Azak not coming in. Doesn't this look familiar? Where is the cap attempt from Ember? Azak all the time in the world to rotate back here. Switch has not pushed in. Azak will get here, and the 1v2. This is the difference in the rotation. Ember could have tied this up, but I don't blame him. Backs against the wall. You just don't want to lose the series, because that's what it is. Series point right there. And so they'll take that one round. Makes sense. Puts them into a position now where they can defend to tie it 3-3, but then they're going to have to win a Marsoc round. And I guess if there's any objective to do it on, it's this one. This one I think is really kind of a 50-50 in terms of teams capturing it and teams defending it. Still, though, worth looking at series point on this next attack. I envision it will involve a basement push up the stairs. If that's the case, then it's also going to likely entitle a very fast push down north. Unlikely anyone invests in the catwalk, and maybe even a fast push south, where north and south will try and draw the defense to them in the corners, and then push comes out right to the middle. I think I could. Man, at the high level, there's so many strats. Yeah. I think I could captain a team. But experimental stuff is tough to work out in this game. And by that I mean like trying new strategies and stuff that's supposed to break through meta defenses is hard. There are meta ways to attack meta defenses. And those are really just a matter of execution, like we saw there in the north, hitting your M203 smoke to blind the back defenders, pushing in. This is an aggressive defensive setup for Ember. Rob's down here and finds the whole team. Manages to scoop up two as Fox and Sims are dead. Azak does at least catch the kill. Also a C4 placed, but unfortunate positioning. Likely will be identified by a wary pusher. Sarcasm doesn't seem to be checking above them, though, and yeah, there's that spot. Down they go to the C4, the quick confirm. Warthog have 2 left. Ember are shutting this team down on their series point 2 times in a row. Oh my. A grenade? Wow. Botched the toss and then had enough time to at least push up, grab it, and move it away from before killing them. Smoke deployment that I don't know is necessarily what they need here, but you look at the defense and where they're at, they're all at least around objective. No one rotating in for any long flanks.
One north side by the train.
Ooh, big kill there from Smoke.
Confirmed.
Means it's all up to Mean Machine alone. Trying to clutch up this series for Warthog. They don't want this to go to Ember's map pick when they have this kind of advantage. Switches right there. Gets identified. A nice quick snap reaction. 1v3. And they don't see Sniper. Smoke finds the shots. The whole team of Ember coming together to lock in another defensive round. Ties this thing up 3-3. And, well, I guess I did jinx us into a complete and full map 2 here. Pretty quick still, nonetheless. Flying through these rounds, and we're a round away from seeing if Warthog will win this series, or Ember are going to take us to a map 3 decider. So again, pretty happy we're stopping in to tune in for this action. Again, a reminder, there are multiple games live, one in Spanish on Onward_VRML3, and one in English over on Onward_VRML2. Obviously, this game live here as well, and so plenty of action to tune into. Issues. Everything is good on my end there as we get into round number 7.
I know, right?
No.
920 blazes.
6. There was a cap.
29, 20, don't you? Ooh.
But all tied up. And Ember looking to take this again to a map 3 decider where they get to choose where we're headed. Again, I'm suspecting it's going to be Suburbia. Could be Bazaar, though. Quarantine's banned. Now it's aggressive defense coming in here from Warthog, though, and may allow Ember a lot of room to set up. C4. placed in that upper corner to defend from what inevitably will be this push. Push is coming in though. Luma Sniper short on the corner. Ooh, and Fox manages to catch Milkman down. C4 detonates on Ember. His machine gun to swing to catch another kill on the Rob. It's just a flash, and Rob does avoid it, but Machine's gonna catch the kill.
J'en ai eu deux.
3 kills down, and Smoke finds themselves alone in the basement. War Thug 3 away from taking this series right now.
There's one underneath Breezeway, and underneath the horseshoe, and then they're watching us from projectors as well.
Switch, let's go. Let's go south.
Big rotation coming in here from Milkman and Switch. They're going to redirect all the way to eventually pushing into Azak's position. Not sure. I suppose the value here is if they can get out, if they can get through the south here, then they can push in on positions like Fox and kind of challenge from the train. I can let you up Switch. Ember's finding that all the entry points are well covered. And there's no easy way to make it into this objective right now, especially with 5 left alive. .203 does get Smoke past Machine. Smoke's trying to play the one-player cap, and blind fire from Sims catches the kill. Fox was too late on the C4, too late on the swing. That could have been a big cap. Milkman does find 1, but there's 4 left. There's 2. Looking for 3 more to clutch this one up and push Ember into a map 3 decider. And there it is, War Thug. Clutching a series win against Ember here in map 2. We'll still play out that map 3. But the series has been decided, and War Thug take away a victory, and one that was hard fought. I don't think, again, this is what was necessarily anticipated in the connoisseur votes, but it's what happened. And this War Thug team is, again, team that we're gonna want to keep an eye on, because I think they're gonna develop into these upper tiers over the course of this season, and hopefully future ones. We got to go to a brief break here, though, while we sort out map 3 and where we're headed. I think it's going to be someplace like Suburbia, but it's going to take a second or two for us to get that lobby up, and when we come back, it'll be that map 3 finishing off the series. Welcome back. We are here for map 3 to round off what has been a quick series. No surprise, it's Suburbia, chosen by Ember. And on the active rosters, we have no subs coming in. Currently waiting for Warthog to ready up, and we should be getting into our final map of the afternoon. Like I said, other games live right now where the series may still yet be in limbo. If you want to watch quick action, stay tuned. If you want to watch some other action, it's live over on Onward _VRML 2 and _3. Take a look again though. Do we have any? No, yeah, no subs. On the active rosters. Kind of surprised to see again Ember deciding to stay with the close quarters here. You know, considering the fact that they have not had necessarily success defending against these cap attempts and these smoke pushes that have really been well orchestrated by Warthog. We'll have to see how they do here on Suburbia. Just a player away from diving into the action. And could be getting into it any moment. Round 1, map 3, series over. Warthog won, but Ember could still potentially take a W in rounds 1. Currently the scoreline is 8-5. So if they can come ahead with a nice solid win on their map pick, it'll be a nice way for them to limit the amount that of MMR they will be losing here this afternoon. Fox heavily suppressed, and push from Milkman shut down by Sims. Fox does end up rotating out of their position, and with 4 left alive from Ember, find ourselves into a 4v4.
I got the burning, you know.
Azak defends the peak. Help over the top switch shuts down Fox. Means there's 2 in the middle and 3 left alive elsewhere. Heavy smokes coming in from Ember to try and throw this defense off, and frankly, they don't necessarily have good coverage of this objective.
Center clear.
If anyone makes it past Azak, I guess that's the real rub, right? Is that Sims has the APC blocked, so no one can rotate around this angle that Azak has. And then Azak is covered by Sarcasm over the top, so they have all the ultimate entry points watched right now. It's just a matter of, like, again, if Azak dies, then they have no one watching the other side of the tank.
J'entends le bruit. Regarde. Ça à 3.
Right now, coverage is gone on front of tank. Rob could push out of that building, walk right up to the tank and punch in the code. No one would see it. So a small shift from here to there essentially weakens this entire defense. And it really is just a matter of Rob literally walking down these stairs and straight to this objective where no one is watching. Cap attempt available. And maybe Rob's gonna do just that. That easy, Rob.
Non, 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 il est sur la carte, il est derrière là.
One burning, one burning.
Il m'a collé au burning push.
Now Azak can see the cross. Opportunity's gone. A small shift. Opens up. Stops the entry point here. Rob must have saw the rotation
No,
off
he's
of
not
that
very
corner. Put some suppressive fire over towards the
Stand back.
APC through the wood.
Or APC.
And now that Rob and Switch know this, again, if they can get rid of them, they can push into this objective. Sarcasm is not watching up through the middle. And Rob's here to cap. 2 points, free and easy. Where's Rob's tablet?
Go to cap.
Rob doesn't have his tablet. Oh. Oh, this game stings. This has been a weird one. This has been a weird game. Rob literally had the cap free and easy. But once they didn't have the tablet, they had to call out for their teammate to push them, and their teammate didn't have the angle, didn't have the line. And then once that call out came, they heard that there was a defender on the other side of the tank, and the rotation comes around to stop the cap. But Warthog get lucky, because that was an easy 2-0 for Ember to kick off this map 3. Hey, we got Shiloh drop in and drop that follow. We appreciate you. Do be sure to tune in and catch more VRML action over the course of the regular season. We're going to have plenty of it. We're a very passionate community that enjoys this game a lot. A growing one at that. An easy one to enter into, and I guess I'd recommend getting a Quest 2 if you want to play this game, because it's not going to be available on the Quest for much longer. Go into round 2 we go.
Want me to pre-fire him back? I bet you I can go if they pre-fire. No pre-fire.
Il y en a un au spot à box.
Teamwork there, catches the first kill.
Y'a personne dans mon spot en haut, maison du sud.
One dead lane forward.
quick defensive hold for Ember. No time wasted on the push there from Warthog, and it could have been 3-0 right now for Ember here on this map, which would have been exactly what they needed. To the overall score line here. You can see that Warthog have taken the series, but Ember not letting up on this one. Yeah, I think that's the. I was just reading chat. I think that's the only building that has wind chimes. The audio effect of it. But there's no actual wind chimes there.
We get that lane.
Yeah, probably.
Do you think I can kill them on Free Fire?
Go for it.
Nah.
They went.
What's Lane 2 dead. Echo 3 confirmé dans le parc.
Two left for Ember in a 4v2. Smokes on objective. They're gonna try and push through this defense, and the machine won't allow it. Sniper on a long rotation. Also gets identified and should have a tough time getting to their objective here. There's the push out from Mean Machine again. Fox also taking shots, and Warthog looking good here on Suburbia. A fast defensive round. Obviously trying to set the pace, and they frankly have been setting the pace all series, as they've taken those two first maps and are now just 2 points away from locking up map 3 against Ember. And yeah, I mean, hey. This is, like I've been saying, a team that we're going to want to watch for more games ahead this season. 0 games cast last season, so they really had time to develop unseen. And, well, now people know, I think. Warthog is a team you're going to want to watch out for. After Hours, clearly a team where you're going to want to watch out for as well if they were able to beat them recently in their last series. I think we caught an After Hours match at the start of the season, but maybe we'll have to go take a look at them again now that we're a little bit deeper into the regular season here and almost into week 6. Long time here in between rounds. Makes me wonder if Warthog's hashing up a attack strategy or Maybe a tech pause, but we're back into it. Either way, and we'll see if Warthog are going to be trying to push in for a cap to lock this up. If there's ever a time to practice cap attempting on this objective, I would be now.
On colle la maison, là, on colle la maison, puis après ça, on traverse. 27, 29. Bon, ok.
Flash over the top. Fox and Sarcasm crashing in. Milkman does find one. Warthog clearly trying to set up for a quick push as the smoke comes in early. Another smoke coming in. And have to go 3. Milkman swings to catch a 2. Big defensive hold here from Milkman has really kept Ember in this one. A lot of smokes on objective. War Machine not letting up on that push. They're going into smoke next, and the trade goes down there. Meanwhile, Azek tried to smoke their crossing and looking to get across the side, but with 3 alive as the res comes in. Make it 2 with a nice kill from Azek. Can't get through the wood, and the rotation was going to be there, but Ember are able to clutch it up with the 2 they have left, and we're tied 2 apiece. At this stage, I think in between rounds has been longer than the rounds themselves. Update the score line. Tied 2 apiece here. And our next objective takes us into the South Street. An easy one to defend. Challenging to get the 2-pointer on, and so likely taking us to a 3-3 for Suburbia here. We'll then decide on a fresh objective, which at this stage could be Playground, could be Burning Building, and could be 2 of the locations over in the north, could be in the middle. A lot of kind of wild objective placements left yet.
Yeah, I'll free fire.
Pretty aggressive rollout here from Ember. Carport down, opens up.
Delta 3.
Pushing opportunity through the middle.
Il est pas mort.
Still though,
Moi, je suis
Fox
pas mort
on
non plus.
objective and Sarcasm on the front lawn.
On est bravo deux. J'en vois encore un, ça à deux.
Ok. Je pense que.
Pas sûr. Il m'a vu.
Et où ça?
Nice flash. Is going to blind Milkman. Switch will find the kill, and Ember
Yeah, he was out front.
take a lead here, 3-2. I think it's the first time Ember's taken a lead. Maybe on Subway they did. Well, I'm not sure actually, but either way. Just a round away for Ember now. They just have to defend what is, like I said, an easy to defend objective. They will come out on top of map 3 here, and overall score line currently 10-8. So a 9-10 loss wouldn't be too bad for Ember. But it certainly would still be pretty big for Warthog because, again, they're beating a diamond tier team as a gold team. So, you know, kind of their first step to potentially nudging into that upper echelon of ranking. Man, I just got some clips to go back and watch from this game as well. There certainly were quite a few. Botched caps, successful caps. Big clutches, great smokes. Overall, a very good Onward game to watch. Definitely learn a thing or two from the strategies deployed here, but yeah, another long round timer in between as Warthog hash out how they want to approach this objective and maybe even try to get up into that cap zone. Take the map. We'll have to see how they do it as we go into it.
Ouais, ils l'ont joué. Ouais.
Ooh, nice kill there for Azak. Warthog off to a good start. Shutting down any approach from the bus side where they're now stacked to push from. And I think the idea here is that they'll actually get around this defense. They go all the way to the edge, push up, and then smoke the cross, get across, past Rob, likely kill Rob, and then cap from the back of the objective where, as you can see, the defense does not have good lines of sight, so we'll see if this Warthog plan pays off.
Spot en haut. La maison du sud.
Here's the first step. Rob goes down. And their coverage of this burning building is very weak. Smoke does catch
One
one,
down.
but I think Ember maybe realizing they have weak
down, like,
objective coverage. Big revive coming in there. Ooh, and Smoke able to get off the rotation. Milkman shut down again, trying to push out. Switch still alive. Smoke on objective, and Ember may make this a 3-3 as it's just up to Switch. Smokes are out. I say that, but they're dissipating, and a kill off the backside puts Warthog tied up here. No easy rounds to Ember, that's for sure. Where's our last objective take us? Yeah, burning building. I imagine we queued quickly into this last round, but maybe not, as Warthog definitely want to try and lock in this third map. Would be better for them to take it 12-9, obviously, with 3 maps, but... And Ember been so close to taking... Honestly, Tanker was a comedy of errors. You really tied 2-2 and then lost to no ammo. Reminder, too, that we do have another game live right now. I imagine it hasn't finished faster than this one, but if it has, it's over on Onward_VRML2. We also have one in Spanish on _VRML3. So a lot of Onward available if you do want to catch other games, and I suppose stick around to see how this last round goes so we wrap up what otherwise is kind of a pretty quick series.
Moi, je vous entends. Coller la clôture, ok? Coller la clôture. Passez en arrière de moi, coller la clôture. Quand vous êtes confortable à passer, je vais arrêter.
Thrones. Oh, no, not a Throne C4. But deployed nicely. Gonna be hard to identify that C4 on this push. Azak shuts down an initial entry point. Oh, a team kill from Sniper over the top. And there's 3 left for Ember.
Echo 4 à 4. I got the guy objective in the corner.
One behind tank.
D4 detonated. Catches Rob. It's just up to Milkman to rotate around and try and get these reses. Definitely puts Milkman out in the open if they push this up, though. Sarcasm is peeking out of the corner of those drapes. A lot of blind fire from Sims. Like mean flash themselves. And Milk able to use that to cross. They'll be able to res Rob and likely Sniper.
He's walking back to the corner spot. Uplink.
applying the pressure. He's going to end it for Warthog. That's 3 maps in the books up against Ember, and Warthog are looking good with a series win. That'll be it here for us on this channel. We're going to host it over to Onward_VRML2 if they're still alive, or 3, depending on who's still up. But appreciate you all stopping by, hanging out. My name's Ben NightFiree with 2 E's. Until next time, stay classy.